Hi, Leadership Tribe. I want to take today to do a little self-assessment. So we have been plugging away, and before we get any further, what I want us to do is just pause and do a self-assessment of where we are right now and where we want to be so that we make sure we're working in the right direction. So what I'm going to have happen today is we're going to take what's called a life wheel. And if you've done leadership training with me in the past, you might have a copy of that, but we will make sure that you have one in your My Coach app and that we put one on Jumpstart. And what we're going to do is look at different areas of our life, look at what we want for ourselves, where we are right now, and then how we're going to close the gap between the things that we want and the things right now that we have. So different areas in your life are going to vary depending on you and your circumstances. But some of the things that I want us to look at, and before we get our sheet out, let's just do like a little bit of a pause and a mental self-assessment, and then we'll go back and get your sheet out and you can take more time with that on your own. So I want to start with happiness because overall, obviously, that is where everything ties in together. So really quickly, for yourself, just do like a little self-analysis. Where are you on a scale of where you want to be, the happiest that you envision yourself, and where you are right now? So on that life wheel, if you wrote happiness on a scale of 1 to 10, you'd write where you are right now. And obviously you want to be at a 10 and visualizing what that looks like and where you are right now. And then knowing that like this is going to be like an average. So we all have bad days. And especially right now, being so understanding and kind to yourself, because some days we're like, I got this, like this is something I can do. And then other days that we're like, I'm not gonna make it. Like, and that's how we all are. It's normal, it's human, it's what we're all going through. But on an average, so don't take yourself on one of those bad days, but just on an average, where are you with your happiness? And then we're going to do our health, because that is that milestone or that keystone habit that is the biggest piece of our happiness that we sometimes take for granted. But where are you on your health right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you with your relationships? And especially right now, I think taking this as an opportunity rather than thinking of it like a punishment, but an opportunity to work on the relationships that we are left with all of this. So what are the relationships of the people that are in your home or that are available to you via social media or your phone, however you're staying connected to the people that are in your life, or your relationship with yourself if you're by yourself. So relationships is the next one we're going to look at, where we want to be and where we are. And then we're going to look at our career and finances. And this one might be out of our control right now, but it also could be an opportunity for us to grow there. So looking into taking classes online or getting another degree online, doing some learning at home and getting certifications, or whatever it is that you might have been thinking about doing. Maybe it's writing and you could be home writing your book, or so thinking about a way during this situation that you can be helping with furthering your career or helping with your finances. And if that's on hold right now, that's okay. We can come back to that once we get out of this crazy situation. And then personal development. And if you've been listening to these videos every day, then you are going to give yourself a good score, because at least you're listening to and making an effort to work on your personal development. But that means like listening to books, listening to podcasts, doing things that get your mind to expand. That could include your meditation. So those things you're doing for personal development. And then the last thing I want to talk about is service. And it's something that I was listening to the governor of California, and reminded me of a quote that I've heard before yesterday. But he said, the happiest people are the people who volunteer. So for myself on my bad days, and honestly yesterday was one of my bad days, I just had to snap out of this like the what's happening to me mentality and my life and all of my things, and think about how can I give? How can I be of service? Because that is the fastest shortcut to happiness. So the most selfless thing you can do is actually the most selfish thing you can do, because it's going to be the thing that's going to help you get to that happiness piece that we were talking about first, the fastest. So there's a couple things that I've been working on that I would love your help with. We're going to start doing a food drive in Lake Tahoe for people who are out of work, and so I'll post some information on how we can help with that. And then also I've gotten together with a nonprofit in the Bay Area in both for attorneys, providing life planning for frontline workers and also mental health services for frontline workers. So there's two organizations that are now working and available. So if you are a frontline worker and are interested in that, make sure you reach out to me and I'll give you that information. Or if you're interested in volunteering for either one of those things, reach out to me too. So that's the last piece of that, is just going to be our service, and where are you right now and where do you want to be? And that can be something so simple like Ink Cards is an app that allows you to send cards to people, and you can put a picture in, you can just say thinking about you, and it's that simple. And you pay, I think, $1, and they send whoever you want a postcard. What if you just sent it to somebody random, or somebody you haven't talked to in years, or somebody that might need you right now? That could be your act of service. It could be calling somebody. It could just be saying nice things to somebody on social media. It could be checking on a neighbor. So think about how to, when you start to think about yourself and how hard this is for you, and not to disregard that in any way, because I think a lot of people are really struggling in a lot of ways through this, but our best way out of that is to help somebody else. So all of those pieces, plug those into your life wheel that you get, and then rate yourself now. Visualize where you want to be. So give yourself that number, really visualize what your 10 looks like. And then remember from yesterday, closing the gaps starts with baby steps. So today I didn't feel like going for a run. It was like 70 degrees outside. And as much as that sounds lovely to a lot of people, it's really hard to run when it's hot and sunny. And I had too much going on early, didn't feel like going. Absolutely made myself, and within 20 steps I was grateful. So thinking about those baby steps of what you can do, if it's your health, and maybe you start the first 5 minutes of a Kaya video and that's all you can do for the day, or maybe you just turn it on and you listen to it. Maybe you just go outside and you walk one time up and down your street, or you just walk outside and look at the sky. And especially it being Earth Day, just looking outside and appreciating the world that we live in. But those baby steps between where you are right now, visualizing where you want to be, and then starting to take those baby steps are what it's going to take to change your life. And we have to change our life because we're here anyway. As much as we want to give up, we're not. We're here. And so you're going to make the best out of it, or you're going to suffer through it. And that is just up to us. It's making that decision, giving that tough love to ourselves and saying, I know you don't feel like it, sweetheart, but this is what we're going to do anyways. And you'll have days when you feel like it, but you'll probably have more days than not where you don't feel like it. And that's when you're just going to give yourself that mental toughness that I promise myself that I'm going to take those steps to make myself closer to the ideal, those 10s on all of my life wheel. So your life wheel is that circle that we're making, and then we're noticing the dents in our life where we're not where we want to be, and then we're going to focus our attention on those areas every single day and make baby steps, make progress towards those things that we want in our life. We've got this self-assessment day where we want to be, getting clear about that, where we are right now, and then just little 1% baby steps every single day that we can do. We've got this. Let's do it.